He makes her bid for a little piece of history.
Hello and welcome to the run of the race. Brittany Taylor and Mark Warwood with you to review everything that happened from Saturday's 10-race program. Massive day of racing, and what a performance it was by Regal Power.
Yeah, we'll see in the figures later in the day just how good he was late with very little urging from William Pike.
Literally, he did not draw the stick once. He was just doing it in second gear. We'll get to that race a little bit later, but we start at the top with a 2-year-old event, and it was won by American Choice.
Staples tries to slow them up. A length and a half away is American Choice back there in the clear. Wins a lot. Getting up on its inside and relegated to last is Sunny Silk. So they head by the 550 where the favourite Mindari leads the way. Staples able to control things for a few hundred metres. Lead Safe Rest down on the inside. Wins a lot's improving through. Goes to third ahead of American Choice. And off its heels Sunny Silk is being popped. The question at the top of the home straight where Mindari led when they'd flattened out. Going to the 250. Mindari, American Choice. Here comes Sunny Silk on the outside with its run. Mindari joined by American Choice. Sunny Silk on the outside is trying to lay down the gauntlet, but it's American Choice in front of Sunny Silk, and they hit it with American Choice.
Well, we've seen the improvement with American Choice in each of her runs. On debut, she finished third. Second up, second, and finally third up, she cracked her maiden victory.
Yeah, it wasn't a great race from a ratings perspective, however. Plus 4.7 was the winning time. It was faster than the race that American Choice was in 2 weeks ago. I am willing to forgive Sunny Silk in this race. Was green throughout and had Renee Forrest on, who'd ridden the horse in the trial. Forgetting Mindari here, won an even slower race on debut, referenced that just a few moments ago, did lead here second up and had every possible opportunity. I know Clegg Castle throws these winners and Mindari is another one of those, but I don't think she'll be winning too many other races here in town. And I will follow Sunny Silk here. Outwards at the 800, inwards in the straight, fastest sectionals on debut. She can certainly win a race.
Yeah, I definitely think so. We saw her as a jump and run type in the trials. It didn't quite eventuate for the debut run, but clearly a horse with a little bit of ability. All right, the next race, this was a pretty slowly run one, but it was won by Perceptive Miss.
Half away on the inside is Perceptive Miss. Zephyr Queen came off the steel very quickly, and so over there shot around it, and Arnie's Boy went forward as well, but being ridden along by Azapati as Start the Friar looks for the shortest way home. They've come past the 400 and about to turn. Rock and Ruler kick two in front over there in pursuit though. They're being followed by Start the Friar getting up on the fence. Arnie's Boy is wider out. Rock and Ruler tackled by over there. Rock and Ruler together. Start the Friar back on the fence. Arnie's Boy keeps coming, and so does Perceptive Miss. Over there, got the head in front. Perceptive Miss is starting to charge at it though. It's Perceptive Miss lunging and might have got there. On the
Perceptive Miss wins there, but a very slowly run race. It's probably not one that is going to be one of the highlights form-wise going forward.
Yeah, the only thing slower was your brother's hand in his pocket to pay for your dinner after you won their side bet with Perceptive Miss and Zephyr Queen. Zephyr Queen does make the file, unfortunately, as the Forget horse. It's her latest poor run. She buried bloke benchmark in that last 600 in spite of the very slow tempo. I'll forgive Arnie's Boy. He was pretty keen in the early and the middle stages, not unsurprising given the tempo of around 15 lengths slower than benchmark. He may well have benefited if they'd ridden him a bit more positively, and maybe they'll do that next start. And I will follow this horse, Arnie's Boy. He started favourite for a reason, albeit a drifting one. Came home with the fastest last 4, 6 and 800 metres. If you're going to follow a horse out of this race, I think it's probably him.
Well, talking about fast finishes, this next race was won by Arctic Stream, and he's put together 2 really nice finishes in his last 2 races.
Mile home. It's a compact lot going along by the 550 where Boom and Bust is now being tested by Harry Thomas, who draws a half a length on it coming around the bend. Superior Smile shaken up by Graham as Royal Command looks to get off the heels around the back of Boom and Bust. Arctic Stream and Magic Las Vegas now last. Harry Thomas in front going past the 250. Pike trying to pull his way clear with Royal Command out underneath. Superior Smile gets through and Arctic Stream still runs on. Royal Command hit the front, but Arctic Stream joined it. Arctic Stream went to Royal Command. Arctic Stream does a little too well, and Arctic Stream
out the back, but gets home almost 5 lengths better than benchmark to record an overall figure of minus 0.9.
He was a follow horse 2 weeks ago. Thought he would get out to 1,800 metres and be hard to beat, and so it proved. Fastest sectionals all the way home. I actually think he wants a faster run race than the one he got on Saturday. Paul Harvey had to get into him several times before the 100 metres, and he copped a suspension for it, so he gets Christmas off, forgetting Royal Command, no match for Arctic Extreme late in this race, and he's now consistently rating around 0 with punting form. I just don't think he's one of their better ones, and I'll forgive Superior Smile. Was pretty keen in this slowly run race early on and was wide for the majority as well.
All right, the next race, this was a wonderful performance. Undisclosed ran on Wednesday, finishing second to Essential Spice. 3 days later, backs up on Saturday and manages to get the chocolates.
Maginica around them goes forward 3 wide and a length behind those. Undisclosed, no more than about 3 from the leader coming up to the corner. Dance Music at the 400 got about a half a length now from Don't Fuss. A length and a half away, yeah, Darty. Maginica straightened up fourth and off its heels. Undisclosed, Kimono had dropped out. Dance Music kicked 2.5 clear from Don't Fuss. At the 200 she shows the leader, the whip with Undisclosed starting to run on strongly. Dance Music with 100 to travel. The leader Undisclosed is cutting it down with every stride. Undisclosed went to Dance Music, who kicked a head bobber. Undisclosed.
Great performance by Undisclosed on the quick backup, and the numbers confirm it. Minus 5.3. It's a really good figure.
Yeah, we had her pegged as a fresh horse, but she's now run really, really well several times this preparation. I, for one, was a little bit worried about the 3-day backup, but they've certainly worked her out, and she was really, really good on Saturday. I think she's the follow horse. It was an excellent win and rated 1.2 lengths faster than her run on Wednesday as well. Forgetting Kimono here, worst Australian rating this horse is put in by over 4 lengths. Poor trials and what was a poor first up run in WA. And I'll forgive Dance Music, led up in her first go at 1,000 metres. I think a few of us were quite surprised that she hadn't tried the 5 furlongs. Clearly her best rating this preparation. She can win a race.
All right, the next race was, I guess, a little bit of a disappointment. We all came to the races really excited to see This'll Test Ya. Unfortunately, that horse was scratched due to a floating mishap en route to the races, but it meant it became an open race, and it was a really nice performance by Horizon.
And a half away at the 550 Horizon. The old fella Halusa down near the rails, and Pub Brawl saw them all. Coming to the 450 before the bend, and Prevailing Winds takes off and shoots away. It's Prevailing Winds booting clear. Zenays, though, quickly off the inside, coming into the home corner, being followed by Lord Ludlow. Prevailing Winds in front, down past the 250. Turner's got the stick out on Zenays, who's just plugging. Here comes Horizon with a big finishing run down the outside. Horizon's out after Prevailing Winds. The gauge reads empty for Prevailing Winds. Diving at it now, Horizon. Horizon's got to it.
What a great story it was. Horizon winning for trainer Greg Carriage, and it's a nice performance. Minus 4.3 for the last 600.
Certainly was. Look, I don't want to follow too much out of this race. In fact, my follow file has got This'll Test Ya in it. She was scratched, as you mentioned. I think Adam Durante's expecting this horse to bounce back and run in the next couple of weeks, and we'll also forgive her as well, because it wasn't her fault that she didn't run on Saturday. There was a float mishap en route to the track. I will forget Halusa here. Stone Motherless the last 2 times it's gone round on a Saturday. This horse is now 9 years of age, on its 6th trainer. And just on Greg Carriage, I used to work in Alice Springs, had a lot of people on Facebook chime in to the post that I put up on Saturday night. People I hadn't heard of for 10 or 15 years, all celebrating the fact that Greg had a winner here at Ascot. He used to train in the Red Centre. He's had winners in 6 of Australia's 8 states and territories. A remarkable achievement. And
it's just great stories like that, and that is what the racing community is all about. Everyone getting together to really celebrate someone's success. So really great to see, and well done to Greg. All right, we'll take a quick break here, and on the other side we'll have a look at the remainder of the meeting. Welcome back to the run of the race, where we are now getting to the business end of the meeting. This is where we start seeing some of the star performers, and we start with this race here. Laver Rod finally breaks maiden status.
A length and a half, Laver Rod over on the outside, getting a great run just behind them outside. Down Force, Levitate next, being niggled at here to stay on the back of Laver Rod. Coming into the corner, it's peeled off 3 deep. Then came No Apology. Silken Eyes will be 4 and 5 wide. They fan coming into the straight. Boomtastic, kick 2 in front. Now Carberry calls upon Laver Rod. Down Force looking for an inside run. Boomtastic is the leader. Laver Rod though in pursuit at the 100. Boomtastic and Laver Rod. Laver Rod got his head in front. Down Forces run to third, but he's a maiden no longer. Comes away Laver Rod to beat.
Well said there by Darren McCauley. He was touted as one of the better maidens going around, if not the best maiden in the state. And finally, he was able to break through and in good time, minus 4.3 and nearly 8 lengths better than average for the last 600.
Yeah, really, really good performance. And look, he's likely to go into state. He's not West Speed eligible. He's eligible for the Vobis scheme. So I think they're going to take him to Melbourne and try and pick up some bonus money there. Fastest sectionals, clearly no longer one of the best maidens here. Hopefully he has a few more runs before he goes over there. I'm going to forget Levitate. I had this horse on top on Saturday, but he's now yet to beat benchmark in any of his 4 starts. His ratings have been plus 1.4, plus 9.7, plus 0.4 and plus 2.1. He does look overrated. I am sacking him, and I will forgive Silken Eyes. Keen in the early and middle stages on Saturday. Settled last in what was a moderately run race, certainly early on. I've also got a bit of a question mark about the 1200 if you look at his splits.
The next race, well, the punters did not miss this horse. Not to be missed was a very, very solid favourite, and one just like a favourite should.
Pike is starting to just feel for the grey, not to be missed, to try and work him through the bridle. Bold success, and on the rails is Crystal Valley. Heart Starter, though, will bring them to the home corner. 400 left to go. Heart Starter only a neck to Avidus, and Mankind looking for an out, coming into the turn. About a length away then, Red Publisher. Not to be missed is trailing it, getting around his heels, and now starting to let down very quickly the Hot Pot. Not to be missed. Down past the 175 went whoosh, straight past them. Going with it on the inside, Red Publisher, but not to be missed is going to be much too good. Not to be missed, pushed out late in the race by Pike.
Not to be missed wins again. We're really enjoying watching this horse just go through his grades and records an overall figure of minus 3.8.
Yeah, you're liking watching him, and the punters liked it as well. $1.55 into $1.35 on Saturday, backed as if defeat was out of the question. Fastest sectionals, including the fastest splits as well from the 8 onwards. A new personal best rating, very exciting horse going forward. Forgetting bold success from your yard. He's only had the 2 minor placings since he joined your team in 10 starts. He bucked 2 starts ago and he was poor on Saturday. And I'm going to forgive Crystal Valley. She was actually a follow horse, but I hadn't done my research, and she's got a terrible second up record. She has won second up, but her ratings are absolutely horrible. And believe it or not, even though she finished last on Saturday, that was her best second up run by nearly 9.5 lengths.
Yeah, quite remarkable, that statistic there. All right, let's move on to the big race of the day. It was the Ted Van Himps, and this is Regal Power winning in a canter.
Leader, not asked to go just yet. Gatting sitting off at a length away. A length and a half, Regal Power stalking both of them. On the fence behind the Mississippi Delta. Then Star Exhibit and towards the tail, Ambitious. They're about to set sail for the judge on the point of the corner. Lucy now asking the leader for his effort. Spiritual Warrior, 3/4 of a length in front. Gatting letting down, and so's Regal Power. Pike hasn't turned the reins on him yet, Regal Power. He storms up down past the 125, races away, and the Rollway Stakes winner's going to career in. On he goes, Regal Power, to win it easily from Gatting. Second.
Regal Power wins the TED in absolutely second gear, and I think the most impressive thing is when you look at the sectional splits at the end of 2100 metres to be going as fast as he was.
11.12 seconds for the last 200 metres. Let's put that in some kind of context. That is the fastest last 200 metres, not just of the race, but of the entire meeting at the end of a 2100 metre contest. Clearly the follow horse. Said a few weeks ago he had this race and the Perth Cup at his mercy. I don't care what weight he gets in the Perth Cup, he'd be my selection if he goes there. Forgetting Ambitious, and really not sure where Lindsay Smith goes with his galloper, was very poor on Saturday. And I will forgive Star Exhibit. He's looking for history as well in the Perth Cup, looking to become the first horse to win it 3 times. This clearly wasn't his grand final. Second fastest sectionals. He did give a kilo to Regal Power, and he will get a weight pull in the big race. But for mine, Regal Power wins if he turns up.
Yeah, and I think we're all eagerly awaiting Bob Peters' decision. He said it'll be based on what the handicapper gives Regal Power, but gee, he looks to have the race at his absolute mercy on Saturday's performance. All right, another one of the features on the day was the Starstruck Classic for the fillies and the mares. Let's take a look at Snow Chino.
Wheeling Snow Chino. Over 2 in front of Ms. Lecky. Electric Light being heeled up. Back on the fence like a butterfly from Aconite. Then Art, well back Perfect Jewel and Regal Moon. But Snow Chino has established a handy lead coming into the home corner. In the straight now. 350 to go. Snow Chino wobbled well away from the fence, but she's 3 in front of Ms. Lecky. Like a butterfly starting to run on, and so's Electric Light. Snow Chino in front with about 100 left to go from on the inside. Ms. Lecky running on Electric Light like a butterfly. Snow Chino's hanging on though desperately, and it's an all-the-way win.
A really nice all-the-way win by Snow Chino, the only horse to lead and win for the day, and records an overall figure almost 6 lengths better than benchmark.
Yeah, no knock on the performance. The ratings were excellent, -5.9 and -3.2 to the class. She's a bit unlucky not to make the follow file. The horse that does is Like a Butterfly, however. Fastest sectionals, including the fastest splits from the 6 to the 4 and the 2 to the winning post, a new personal best, and with the Latrice on Perth Cup Day over 1,800 metres, she's the one that profiles the best for that. That's why she's the follow. Forgetting Perfect Jewel, I'm really sad about this. I thought this horse was worth following one more time. I thought she showed enough in the previous race, but maybe she's heading towards retirement now, Perfect Jewel. She was very plain on Saturday. And I'll forgive Electric Light. Best rating this preparation, believe it or not, but her worst last 600 numbers, 1,200 metres, certainly here to go. Back to 1,200, she'll be winning again.
All right, at the end of the day, the Marathon 10 race program was an event for the stayers, and this is a horse that has been Ian Mark's follow file before. It's British Bessie.
To do it from barrier to box, led the way by a length. Brothers Keeper coming off the bridle, pushed to pass, is still there, peeling around them. 3 deep now as they near the corner. British Bessie a length away. Freedom by Choice, who's hooked out off the rail from Sentimental Gift. Royal Strata and La Vista plays the game. Head the remainder. Ombudsman full of running at the top of the straight. Here comes British Bessie setting after it very quickly though. It's British Bessie surging to the lead, and Sentimental Gift is now in pursuit. It's British Bessie. She took them to the 100 mark, but look at Sentimental Gift. Sentimental Gift coming at British Bessie. British Bessie, Sentimental Gift. They've gone to it. British Bessie clings on.
British Bessie, a lovely little stayer, a winner 2 starts ago, and again, she brings up another victory on Saturday.
Yeah, she was the follow horse out of the last race. She had plenty of excuses. Look, I think they're a pretty moderate bunch of stayers here, and you look at the overall rating of bang on 0. I wouldn't want to be getting too stuck into a few of these. I'll forgive High Energy here. Probably needs a sterner test of stamina. They didn't go particularly hard. He was pretty keen early, came home with the fastest 8 to the 6 split, and also the second fastest 4 from the 2. Forgetting Brothers Keeper, I backed this horse to win the York Cup. I was there that day. He's been pretty poor since then. Settled second on Saturday, came home with the slowest splits and sectionals. And token pick here to follow High Energy. Just needs a race with a genuine tempo.
All right, and hopefully we see that very shortly. All right, let's look at the meeting in its totality. Who were our star performers?
Snow Chino was the best of the overall ratings, -5.6 for the David Harrison trained mare. Undisclosed, the best class rating, clearly going really, really well for the Webster camp. And then look at these closing sectionals. We'll start with the 600, which was Laver Rod and Undisclosed. 400 was Laver Rod, but the star performer of the day for mine, Regal Power.
11.12 for a last 200 at the end of 2,100 metres. It was an exceptional performance, and really hoping to see Regal Power line up in this year's Perth Cup. All right, we'll take a quick break, and on the other side, let's see if our tipsters managed to find a few winners. Welcome back to the run of the race, where it is time to see how our tipsters fared from the 10 race program. And It's fair to say it was slim pickings because we had a lot of really short price favourites.
Most races we've had on a Saturday during the carnival this year, and just 1,350 points on offer. You needed all of the winners, and you needed your big bet on Perceptive Miss in race number 2 at $6.60 and $2 the place.
And even that isn't a big dividend. What did our winner manage to find?
He found 6 of the winners, including Perceptive Miss, but he had his big bet on Art Extreme. So when you have your big bet on a horse that pays $3.40 and $1.80 and you still win the competition, it tells you everything you need to know. Congratulations to Arno Bundner, 832.80 points. He's well down in the overall rankings. He's 141st, but he wins the meeting prize.
Yeah, it certainly does. And 830 points, I think that is probably the lowest weekly winner we've managed to find. It's safe to say that probably doesn't elevate him into the top 8 leaderboard, but how is that looking? Have we seen much movement there?
Not a great deal of movement on Saturday. Russell Hinks still leads the way with just under 7,300 points. There's a bit of a gap between 3rd and 4th, and of course the prizes for 1st, 2nd and 3rd. So a few of those people in the bottom end of the leaderboard will be trying to get some big winners on ATA Stakes Day.
And that comes up this Saturday, and hopefully a lot of people carrying on their Christmas celebrations into ATA Stakes Day. A wonderful race. Let's take a look at the last 3 editions.
And to a mighty roar from the crowd, they're racing. He's got his finger on the trigger at the 400 mark. He quickly moved a length and a half. Now the sparks are flying. He makes it 2 Perth Cups. It's history at Ascot. Dark Alert, Dark Musket down the outside. Now the favourite Star Exhibit at the 250. Pajama Joe tackled by Respondent. Now winding up Star Exhibit though, closing right behind those Dark Alert, but Star Exhibit went to Respondent from Dark Musket. Hits the lead. Star Exhibit, too good for them, coming from the back to win the ATA.
Dark Alert the outside, then Bollywood Blitz, not again Ken with an inside run. Royal Star down the outside, Trap for Fools just in front. Dark Alert's trying, Trap for Fools in front. Dark Alert comes at him, Trap for Fools, he's unstoppable in front. Kennedy rides hard and Trap for Fools has won the ATA.
Turnanoski has gone for him at the 250. Capo Doro from Mississippi Delta. She starts to run on now. Further back is Action. He's finishing on hard. Mississippi Delta with 100 to go. The leader, Action, trying valiantly, but Mississippi Delta kept going by Chris Parnham, will hold Action. Mississippi Delta beat Action. Capo Doro.
Mississippi Delta winning last year's ATA Stakes, and she went on to run 4th in the Perth Cup, so it's a nice little lead up.
Certainly, Star Exhibit won this race 3 years ago, as we saw in the replay, and he was the last horse to do the double, so it's not impossible, but I think you and I both think if Regal Power goes around, that he'll be winning.
Yes, very much looking forward to that Perth Cup if Regal Power goes there. We'll wait with interest for Bob Peters' decision. Hopefully you managed to get something out of today's edition of The Run of the Race, and we'll catch you next week.
He makes her bid from